How would you evaluate your season?
I think we ain't done yet.
For you personally,
I think we ain't done yet.
Marcus.
Wow. Michigan at the 41. What a hit! Ball's free on the ground. South Carolina deserves to have it, and they do. Oh, and a left hand. Sends Fonseca down. Flat on his back. It's over. Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. Center field. Did he get it? Did he get it? Walk-off slam. Call it second quickly. Origi.
This is sick. Put this to music. I don't think he stepped out either. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen.
It's go time, baby. It's go time. We know y'all excited, man. We know y'all been anticipating this. We've been anticipating it. Welcome to the very first episode of What Now Sports Podcast. You know, we've been fired up, man. We've been waiting for this. Just to give y'all a brief background about the sports podcast. What Now is a Christian-based sports podcast where, as my man Tyreek here says, the hottest sports topics are dissected, corrected, and given to you from our perspective. We'll be here every week on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. We posting stuff on Instagram. Follow us on the IG. All of us have our IG handles over here. Follow us on Twitter, man. We have a Facebook page everywhere. Here every week we'll talk about baseball, soccer, football, basketball. Hey, maybe even a little bit of golf. You never know. You never know with us. But if y'all got suggestions, man, make the comments in the videos. You got takes, give it in the comments, man. But now, I think first, before we go into a couple of things, we need to introduce the panelists, man. So let's start with my man Nord here. Tell us about yourself, Nord.
What up, y'all? My name's Nordy. I work for a telephone company and Wi-Fi company. I forgot where I worked for a second there. I was like, oh boy, that's a great way. Started off there. Now I'm 25. I went to Georgia Southern for 3 years until COVID happened, and I ain't been back since 2020. So, but we're doing great things now. We learned on the side. We're doing all kind of good stuff. I played football and baseball in high school. I'm a little young old head out here. I'll be doing nothing, enjoying life.
I think we got a picture of my man. He was a all-star baseball player back in high school. I mean, he had scouts looking at him. Let's take a quick little picture. Look at that.
It's called White Lightning. That's what I was. Ask Jay about on the races.
Pope Construction Company. Look at that boy. What position you played?
I played center.
Okay. So you was back there not doing nothing.
Oh, no. That was Jay in left field.
Oh, dang.
No doubts introduction.
All right. So speaking of Jay, why don't you go ahead and introduce?
All right, what's going on, y'all? My name is Malin, but see, man, y'all can't even be doing that.
You too cool, bro.
Mr. Smooth over there.
All right. Name's Malin, but they really call me Jay. Kind of long story. I ain't even gonna get into that right now.
MJ.
Currently employed at UPS. We, get y'all's packages on time.
For you?
So, might be a little damaged, but we're sorry about that. And back in the day in high school, played baseball alongside Noah, football, and all that good stuff. Kind of got hurt, retired after that.
Retired.
Why is that funny? Dog.
Wait, all right, we gotta show. We go picture the feature back before. You got another picture of the feature back.
Yeah, back in the day after a little touchdown, walking back. We couldn't celebrate, so you just gotta walk the ball back,
Was that the game that it happened at, or was that a different game?
That's
that's Brunswick.
So that was before that game.
You had like what?
I only played one play when I got hurt.
Jay, you had what, 110, 130 in that game?
What, Brunswick?
Yeah. We won this game, though, right? I remember we won this game.
Yeah, we won. I forgot. It was like 150 something.
One of the games. One of the very few games.
Ask Malin how many juke moves he had.
And that was besides the point.
Nah, he was trucking. He was trucking people over. I seen the highlights.
Anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with y'all.
All right. So, third, we got my man Reek. Reek, tell us
what's going on, y'all? It's your boy. You know me. The world probably know me anyway. I'm a certified clout chaser, so a lot of people know me already. No. So my name's Tariq. A lot of my friends call me Reek, so call me what you want. You know, Tariq or Reek, whatever. Let's see. What I want to talk about first. I went to school at Kennesaw State with my man Tobias here. Studied architecture, working in an architecture firm, Phillips Partnership, down here in the ATL. You know what I'm saying? And then for my sports, well, it's a little. All right. Well, okay. All right. So first thing I want to say is I got.
Yeah, break it down.
I got a letter, and for those that don't know, I got a letter in 9th grade. That means you was on varsity in 9th grade. So I was on varsity in 9th grade. Now, don't let anybody else try to tell you my story because whatever they say is not true. But I did get a letter in 9th grade. Whether they like it or not, it was in basketball. So that's what happened. And then growing up, I played basketball, football, and soccer. So that's kind of where I'm at in my sports journey right now. You know,
we're gonna give the people a breakdown of the 5-star athlete back then, little pictures.
Yes, sir. I think that was the All-Star game too.
Is that Raiders or is that Ravens?
That's the Raiders.
Raiders.
I think
you was a Raiders fan before you was a Ravens fan.
I mean, I played on the Raiders. I was a Ravens fan, but I played on the Raiders. But I think that was the All-Star game. You know, I was tight end, so I was like blocking and trucking. But that's it. That's another story for another time.
It's just another. Okay. All right, well, I guess that leaves me last, but not very least. My name's Tobias. You can call me Toads, man. Again, as Reek said, I went to college at Kennesaw with him. But before them days, grew up with my boys in the borough down here, Nord and Jay. All of us played on the football team together. I played golf. Yeah, man. I went to Kennesaw, studied architecture.
You ain't play no golf.
What?
He was on the golf team.
Let him know. Let him know.
Were you good?
I got 3.
I can't vouch for that
answer
one.
me this. How many people tried
He
out?
was on the golf team.
I was a young.
He was on the team. I can say that.
How many people tried out for the golf team?
It didn't matter.
That's besides the point.
I was a star on the team. It didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. But anyways, before I was interrupted about my legacy, as a star athlete, I was a great football player. I may have had offers, but they're gonna laugh right now. Okay, and I may have people looking at me. No, I'm gonna stop lying. I'm gonna stop lying a lot. No, we gonna leave my football career alone. But anyways, I went to Kennesaw, study architecture. I too am architecture firm right now. But I'm gonna give y'all, just let y'all see, the future athlete in the making, man. Was a beast back then. I'm telling you, man. So you see it. Yeah, I still got a little pep with me, but I'm gonna let you look at it.
No.
I don't know what y'all talking about. That's a beast right there, boy.
No.
I got the 2008 Android right there.
What's crazy is that really doesn't even look like him.
It doesn't
at all. That's crazy.
Like, if you would have gave me that picture on a random day and said, "Guess who this is?" you would never be my guess. Not once.
All right, man. So, enough of us joking around, man. That's how we are. The boys like to play around. So now, actually, what all the audience, y'all been waiting for us to talk about sports. I know some of y'all probably fast forward to this point by now, but it's whatever. Anyways, Reek, take us in, man. Let us know what we're talking about today. What's the first one?
All right, what's going on, y'all? So as of today is what? May 1st. Look at that. Today is May 1st. So we gonna talk about some things that just happened. You know, we got the NFL draft that just happened. Of course, right now the NBA playoffs going on. MLB just recently started. But first, our first topic we're gonna talk about that I want to give to the panel is the NBA playoffs. Let's talk about it. So we know Brooklyn. We know how that ended. And I know this is our first episode, but we kind of talked about this off air a while ago. I thought Brooklyn was gonna go farther than they did, and I was very, very wrong and very upset about that. But anyway, the question I have for y'all is, who do y'all think is the most dangerous team in the playoffs left?
I'm definitely gonna say the Bucks are a part of that, and I'm gonna say I'm not as high on the Suns like I was at first, just
Why not?
because. So when they played against Dallas, not Dallas, yeah, who it was?
They played New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's who it was.
The Pelicans.
They didn't explode off like I thought they would in that series. Like I kind of felt like what happened to the Nets, it should have been the same kind of thing, or like a 1 loss instead of a 2 loss.
Yeah, I see. Because the Pelicans aren't really that good of a team, especially they didn't have Zion, and the Suns, how they were playing through the regular season, should have been much better than them. And I know Devin Booker got hurt for a little bit at the end, but it still was a struggle even when he was playing.
And that's the problem, is if your team shouldn't rely just on one body like that.
Yeah. And really, Chris Paul had to have like an all-time type of game just for them to get crazy. When that last. Then he scored like 14 or 14 in the fourth quarter or something like that.
Yeah, he went crazy now.
That's crazy.
Shut all that criticism down real quick.
Well, I think his criticism will only end if he wins the title. That's the only thing he got to do at this point for Chris Paul specifically, just win the title. What y'all think, Tobes and Jay?
Jay?
All right. I think the most dangerous team left is the Warriors.
And there you go. That's a right answer right there. Right answer.
Whoa. Where that energy come from? Bandwagon?
I've always been a Warriors. I've always been a Warriors fan.
I'll tell you why. All right, they got the main core back playing like their old self. They playing like it's 2015, 2016 right now.
Yeah.
And Jordan Poole, he done emerged. He done came in as a good, reliable third option. They really trying to call him the third splash, but he heard Stephen A. They call him Lethal Weapon.
Hey, anybody know where he came from?
The big three, Lethal Weapon 3. Who? Jordan Poole?
Anybody know where? Yeah, y'all know where he came from, right?
Bro, you don't watch Michigan
basketball. We don't care about that,
Anybody tell where he came from?
You don't watch Michigan basketball.
Best program in the land, baby. Go Blue.
How many Jordan Poole games did you watch at Michigan?
A whole bunch. I watched the whole playoff series. Bro, he had that clutch game-winning shot.
Oh my God! You remember a highlight?
Yes, I do. I'm a Michigan man. Listen, I watch my blue, man. Or maize.
But like I was saying, you know, the Warriors keep playing like they did the first round. Hey, they're gonna be tough to beat. We're gonna see.
I agree with Jay with that one. Having Steph and Clay is one thing. You can expect that to be a factor. Like, you already game plan for that. But we throw in Jordan Poole, it makes it 10 times harder. And I'm not comparing Jordan Poole to KD at all.
Being a facilitator.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm not comparing Jordan Poole to KD at all. But this is similar to that team. Listen, just hear me out. The fact that back then you had KD, Steph, and Klay Thompson, you had to game plan for all three of those. It's the same scenario now. Now you've got to think about. All right,
I know what you're saying. But I know on the same level.
Yeah, I know what you're trying. I know what you're trying to say, but it's not. It's not working.
It's not on the same level. I feel what you're saying, though.
I said that, but listen, I was supposed to say, hear me out. They're not on the same level. I'm not comparing those two all. He's not on KD's level.
You shouldn't even say their names together.
Hey, all my man Jay Poole been going off. Keep it up, but no, I'm agree with Jay. The Warriors that's the team to beat. The only thing I'm gonna say that is their weakness is based when it comes down to size. You know, everyone left. I think everyone left has a big man. I think maybe not Memphis has a elite big man. Think about the Celtics are just big in general. They've got size just in general. I mean, Jason Tatum's freaking huge. Then they've got the Sixers with Joel Embiid if he's healthy. I mean, so that's the only thing I say. But they beat a big there with Joker. So
They played Memphis soon, actually, game one. And I was gonna say the only thing I think the Warriors will win the series, but the only thing that would scare me if I'm a Warriors fan is that size, because Memphis is a great rebounding team and the Warriors is a horrible rebounding team. So if them threes not going in, then they're not getting no second opportunities.
which I believe they will. Like, there's no way that that Steph and Clay are going to be off for 3 to 4 games. There's just no, I don't believe that. Maybe one, I can see maybe one game they're off, but I don't see them being off.
Is Steph still coming off the bench?
I believe so. I think he is.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let me see.
If he is, that lineup is deadly.
Yes, very. That means your best players are, when your best players are tired. The Warriors' best player is 34.
Yeah, I think like one of them games, he dropped like 30 something in like 20 something minutes off the bench. I was like, that's insane. Last game, he started the last game against the Nuggets. And he got 30. And they still got Andrew Wiggins he hasn't
was
played that
all-star this year.
Yeah, he hasn't played that well so far in the playoffs, but he can light up. Yeah,
he playing as they need him. They don't really need him to do too much.
He's really like Chris Middleton for the Bucks. Like he can get hot at any moment.
I don't know. Chris Middleton kind of helped the Bucks out last year. Like he was a big part of their championship team. I don't know if Andrew Wiggins would do anything like that.
Well, I'm saying if Andrew Wiggins was the number 2, because Chris Middleton get more shots because he is the number 2. But if he wasn't number 2, I think that he'd be a factor to go off at any. You wouldn't know. It's not often. I see your face, Jay. It's not often.
I don't know if I can get with that one, bro.
I'm on a similar Tobias thing. I'm saying it's a different level, but it's all right, whatever. I'm gonna stop talking. All right, I think my most dangerous team right now is the Celtics.
Why did I know you were gonna say that? I knew you was gonna say that.
The Celtics look
down
good,
10
bro.
right now.
Are they really? Oh shoot! Every time I start losing.
You said what?
Huh?
They down 10 right now in the fourth. They got 10 minutes left to go though. But I mean, Milwaukee's pretty much been handling what they got to do this game so far.
I think if they can get past the Bucks, then they're making it to the finals.
I can see that.
We're gonna see what that defense is gonna do the rest of the series. Sound like it ain't do too much today. I ain't checked out the scores and the stats or anything.
And Chris Middleton is hurt
right now.
Chris Middleton hurt, so they gotta win. But I would say the Celtics just because that defense like is going crazy, and then the way Jason Tatum been playing, I actually think this might be a hot take, but I think Jaylen Brown is at the same level, if not better than Jason Tatum.
Ooh,
I think Jason Tatum get more shots up, but Jaylen Brown is nice, straight out of Marietta. 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 Hey, Jaylen Brown, nice. I be watching his game.
He's nice.
You want to know his stats right now?
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
No.
What's that?
2 for 11 and from the field, and then 1 for 7 from 3-point with 6 points today.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good.
29 minutes.
What's Jason Tatum
would never.
Jason Tatum 5 for 16, 4 for 8 on threes, and 18 points.
That's not good either.
Dude.
You're just playing bad. You're just playing bad right now. That's all it is.
All right, but yeah, that's my thing. So I think this. All right. So what do y'all think for your final pick right now for this show? What y'all finals? Who y'all think will make the finals?
Warriors and Celtics. Those two.
We doing a matchup?
Yeah, matchup, and then the winner. We'll do it. We can update it. We can update it next week, next show.
All right, Warriors and Bucks. I got Warriors in 6.
Over the Bucks?
Yeah.
What you got, Nordy?
That's what I'm looking at right now. I want to make sure I got something.
Man, Nordy, he ain't making no decisions without stats right now.
Yeah,
he ain't making no decisions without stats.
Hey,
if y'all ain't noticed,
this is just a little flow. Go with the flow.
If y'all ain't noticed yet, Nordy's our statistician. What is the word? Statistician.
Statistician. Yeah,
I'm the statistics person.
he an analyst, analytic person. He got to look at the numbers.
Give me the Bucks and give me the Warriors.
Warriors.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to take Memphis just because I like them, but I don't
Nah.
know.
Memphis barely passed the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and that's why.
We in Minnesota now.
And we in Minnesota now. Hey, you saw Ja. Right foot creep.
Wait, did y'all see that they find like the NBA final was like $20K and then
Yeah.
suspend him for game one?
They didn't
He
suspend
got
him.
suspended for that.
That is ridiculous.
Nah, he didn't.
Yes.
He didn't get suspended.
I saw the 20K.
I think he
but I
did.
didn't see the
Hold up. I
suspension.
think
He just got fined. They wouldn't
I was about to
suspend.
say,
They wouldn't suspend him for that, especially a playoff game.
because that's crazy.
Nah, he didn't get
Y'all
suspended.
think they suspended for that? That's crazy. That's outrageous.
yes.
And I think it was 15K, Tobias. Man,
I
Nordy,
thought,
correct,
it was 20.
correct
I
this
saw
man.
the 20.
His stats be wrong.
I got you.
Nor with the fact check.
Yeah, what?
My bad. Do not use the internet. You can't trust anything the internet tells you. You can take anything away from today, guys. Don't trust anything the internet tells you. How about that?
Heard that.
All right, and I guess my pick would be. All right, right now I said Celtics, so I'll stick with the Celtics. So I'll say Warriors Celtics with the Warriors winning. Yeah, I go Warriors. Hey, I think if Steph win a ring this year and win Finals MVP, then he might be top 10 all time. Be
I think he already is.
Yeah, oh, my top 10. I'm putting in my top 5.
all time.
All right. Hey.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Yes. I've
Calm
said
down.
that. Steph Curry, honestly, I know we kind of deviate a little bit, but
I mean,
I'm just saying this.
it's
I think
close.
Steph
It's
Curry,
close, but I don't know.
he's entering into GOAT talk. He's entered.
No, he hasn't.
GOAT talk. Yes, he has.
He's not even a
No, not now. I said he's entering into. He hasn't entered, but he's entering
No,
into.
he's not,
Depending on what he does,
he's not even.
He's entering.
He's not even the best point guard of all time, and Magic is not even in the GOAT talk. Steph is not on the same level as LeBron and Michael Jordan. I'm
If
sorry.
Steph wins his finals,
he has the
No.
record for all-time threes.
he's earned the right to be considered.
He's changed the
into GOAT.
game.
No,
He
bro.
has rings.
So you say he's on the same level as LeBron James, Steph Curry, all time?
What? Listen,
I ain't-
listen. This is
I ain't
that's
saying
my
it like
biased
that,
opinion.
but I'm saying he can go sit at the table.
Absolutely.
The top 10
Absolutely.
table. He not at no GOAT table.
Top 8.
I mean, okay, 8 to 10 is all the same.
He might be like. I mean, it depends on who is 6 and 7. Who really depends on your top 5, 6, and 7.
Is he better than KD all time?
all time?
Yes.
I don't know. I would have to say so.
KD can't do anything without Stephen Curry.
KD ain't got a record, but that record hold weight. That's why
like-
Ray Allen's in the Hall of Fame.
I feel like our last look at KD kind of messes up our view, but I
You're
think
right.
because of accolades, Steph was probably higher at this point. Yeah, Steph probably higher at this point all time. All right, let's move on though. We talk about some NBA. All right, now let's get some football talk, some NFL talk. Let's talk about the NFL draft, which just happened on Thursday. Well, Thursday
Smooth
through
draft.
yesterday.
That was a loaded draft. That was a loaded
It was good, and actually, to be honest, I'm like happy that it wasn't a lot of QBs because drafts usually, especially day
They get
one,
watered down by QBs.
yeah. But I think it was only one drafted in the first round this year. But let's
My boy Kung Fu Kenny.
That wasn't even the best one.
the best one ain't get drafted to like
We'll save it.
round three.
We have that debate coming up. We have it.
Okay, but I guess to start off the question, I could start off the conversation. I could ask the question: who do y'all think is the biggest winner out of the draft? It could be a team, it could be a player, it can be a position. What do y'all think?
All right.
It could be the league in general.
I will intercept that actually. Right now I have two teams I'm going to mention. Overall, and I shouldn't be saying this, but overall I'm going to say I believe the Ravens the biggest winner out of that draft. They had a
It was pretty
buttload
good. It was pretty good.
a buttload of drafts. And then after that first pick
Their
with Hollywood,
top two picks
I was
were
like,
great.
I saw that move. Like I was like, yo, they're tripping right now. I gave away their only like Lamar's best threat, besides Mark Andrews. But they gave away that. But then I'm looking at it right now. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Kyle Hamilton is going to be an absolute monster. He's intelligent. With the Notre Dame, he is if you watch, he has a very high IQ. He's a big safety, hard hitter. He can play all sides of the field. You can place him anywhere on that field, honestly. And you can move him down in the box. You can drop him out and put him on a tight end. You can put him on a slot receiver. He can play the game.
And he's not.
And then Tyler.
And he's not coming in to be like that number one corner or DB, I should say, because they still got Marlon, Marcus Peters. They got Marcus Williams from the Saints, and they got what's his name, Chuck Clark, who was our captain last year. So he can really come off the bench and just roam.
But also, y'all had two more picks that I really think y'all set y'all over top. And I think all three of those are gonna come in and make big impacts. But Tyler Linderbaum from Iowa, he had 3, and he started all games in 2020. He had 3 pressures, 3 pressures total. 3 as a center. 3 that's outstanding right there. And he's the best. I think he's the highest graded center that I think PFF has done ever. He's been highest graded, so that was a great one. And then, so maybe my bias right here, I think David Ojabo is a underrated defensive player. I think he's one of the most underrated defensive players in that draft. Nordy's looking at me like, what the heck right now? I'm serious.
You said underrated, but he was drafted in the second round. That's why I looked at you. No, I think he's very good. I like him.
It's his Achilles. That's why he dropped.
Yeah, that's why. I think he should have been first round, honestly.
I mean, he dropped because his Achilles, though.
Yeah. But that's my take on it. Oh, other team that I will say, and me and Nordy briefly talked about this before, but instead of looking at the draft as a whole, we need to look at it as what it did for the team. That draft did really good for the Ravens, but I think the other team that you can make a strong case for is the Philadelphia Eagles. Not just because of who they drafted, but that whole night in general. They got A.J. Brown out of that night. They got A.J. Brown. They drafted Nakobe Dean, I'm going to save that. And Jordan Davis. Like, those are 3 people who can come in and make an immediate effect. One person who's going to 100% need immediate effect. I just feel bad that he has Jalen Hurts as a quarterback. That's just my opinion. All right, that's my
I feel you on that.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts he hasn't shown no signs that he can consistently be a good quarterback. Like, he just got flashes.
Exactly. Yeah, flat glimpses of greatness, and you don't need that. And this is the second year, correct?
This is going to be his third year, I think.
Yeah, third year. Yeah, you don't need second year is your time to actually start to mold in so us to see, not no glimpses. We want to see consistency at that point.
Yeah,
you don't have to be outstanding, but we want to see consistency.
And they was comparing him to Lamar. Oh, my goodness gracious!
That was a wild.
No. Plus, he don't have the stat. To me, he don't have the stature for a quarterback. Like, I'm sorry, this may be biased, but like a 6-foot quarterback can only do so much. Like, I mean, if we take away Drew Brees,
I was about to say, come on now.
What about
Russ?
How tall? Yeah, I was gonna say, how tall is Russ?
He's like 5'11".
Russ maybe.
Russ like 6'1", maybe
6. He just looks 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
That was my take on it.
What y'all think, Jay and Nord?
Jay.
I was like, I guess Nord ain't going, but I think the Jets won, honestly.
The Jets.
Hear me out.
Jets just drafted.
Hear me out. Their first round alone made up for really anything. They got Zach Wilson the pieces he needed, and they filled some of their team needs. So now it's really just up to Zach Wilson to make this leap this next couple of years. And I'm gonna save that's just who I think.
I just don't see.
Really gonna bank on with that. I mean, the Jets just draft. They do this every year. The Jets and the Browns do this crap every freaking
But you
year.
see the Browns was loaded. They just had Baker Mayfield as the quarterback.
Yeah, but it took them like 8 years to get there. They had 8 years of first rounders to get there, and the Jets doing the same thing. They keep just drafting talent. Draft what you need. See, look at it. They're just drafting talent all over the place. Like, I mean, did they really need
Or see,
They drafted Sauce. Am I correct?
yeah,
I'm right.
yeah, they got
Yeah.
Sauce.
Like,
I
they
wanted,
really need that.
I wanted Sauce to drop to us so bad.
And they needed him. Yes, they did.
I mean, they need everything, to be quite honest, but like they need to start somewhere. I mean, be strategic. Build your O-line. All right, you got a solid O-line. All right, then get a running back or quarterback.
Yeah, they need an offensive
build it
line.
like that. They just be drafting all over the place, and that's why I don't think that. Like, I think their draft, like we're looking at who they drafted. Yes, that was a very good draft, but as me and Nord said earlier, I don't think it really benefited the team. They weren't a big giant winner. They're not in a big threat in the AFC right now. And I could go back and have to eat my words later. I don't know, but I still don't think they're a big threat.
They're not a big threat, but we'll see. We'll watch this.
The Jets, who in that division? Bills, Miami, New England.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not winning that division.
Well, no, they're not winning it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so basically to capitalize on everything y'all said, it's like they have the talent there, but it's like, what can they do with that talent? Like, as far as coaching, I mean, it's more than just talent at the end of the day. I mean, you have a whole league of professional athletes. And just because you're younger and better in college it's not going to translate every single time when you get to the NFL. I mean, you've seen some of the best players ever in the NCAA go to the NFL the next year and just get smacked around. So it's not guaranteed just because you got these big names. Like, I do like Gardner. I think he'll be good long term. Garrett Wilson, maybe. I liked him in college a lot. Jermaine Johnson, I'm not too big on. Breece Hall, I like a lot. And then I like Max Mitchell, the offensive tackle. And, I mean, that's really – I just don't see – I think it boils down to, like, coaching at the end of the day. Like, who is going to be leading them and calling all the plays and making the big decisions?
I feel like, well, I don't think I actually, being unbiased, I was probably going to say the Ravens won too. And Tobias kind of said all of the reasons why. But if I had to choose a loser, I would probably say Jermaine Johnson. Because bruh dropped down and then still went to the Jets. Usually when you drop, at least you go into a good team. How you drop and then still go to a bad team? When I saw they drafted, I just thought in my head as if I was him, and I was like, bro, are you kidding me?
He's probably just happy just to get drafted at that point, because he's probably – I mean, imagine you're just like hyped up a draftee or whatever they want to call it.
I mean, I
and
know
then
he was happy to get
continue to
drafted.
drop on the board.
But he was on last chance view, so you got to think how far he came.
I mean, of course he was happy to get drafted. I'm sure everybody's happy to get drafted. But just knowing after like 2 nights of sleeping on it, be like, dang, the Jets. After dropping, what'd he go? 26? I think, yeah, he went 26 all the way down there and went to the Jets.
I think my loser is kind of Cincinnati. As much as I've been trying to like help them out a little bit, they ain't draft no one at offensive line.
What they get?
They got 3 safeties.
Daxton Hill.
They got 1 offensive tackle from North Dakota State, but like
they need a O-line.
They don't have
like what is Cincinnati doing?
that's what I was trying to say. I tried to help them, but
they honestly should have tried to trade up.
Yeah,
because and get O linemen, because this is like their time now. Like, they're good, and all of their players are on rookie contracts, so they need to go now.
It's like Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Once they start having to pay Burrow and Chase and all of them, all of this is gonna go down. So they need to go win now mode for the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so they should.
You know who acts?
Go ahead.
You know who made a bad choice? I'm looking at it now, and I hope he hears this. I think the Colts made a bad choice with their first pick. I mean, they didn't get a first round pick, but their second round 53rd pick was Alex Pierce, wide receiver. I think they should have drafted the quarterback, honestly.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan's only got maybe 4
4
years. They should draft a quarterback. And then you never know that this guy could be your guy. You never. I mean, the quarterbacks that in this draft weren't bad. Like, they weren't bad. They just weren't NFL ready.
Could they have gotten?
I would say that problem. They weren't NFL ready.
Could they have gotten Malik?
Malik.
Or did he go?
I think he went. Does he get drafted to the Titans?
We could have gotten Malik. If we wanted to have a quarterback, y'all see who we got. We want to get the Cincinnati quarterback. First off, why couldn't we wait till next year to get a quarterback in the first place? I'm sorry I had to jump in like this, but I'm mad about the Falcons. Those are my biggest losers. I didn't even have one at the beginning of the show, but I got one now. And Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ritter and Josh
Felipe
Rosen.
Franks. No, Felipe Franks. Josh Rosen ain't even on there.
He was on there last season when he got cut.
I guess because y'all ain't got no fourth string on this list.
I'm with Josh Rosen about to have an MVP year.
The Falcons need to stop drafting. They need to stop drafting receivers, bro. Like, what is that with the Falcons and receivers?
Well, they don't have any receivers.
We didn't. Calvin really got suspended. Remember, and all we got is Pitts.
But they don't need. Y'all ain't gonna win nothing anyway. So I mean, might as well.
If they would have did what I was thinking, it would have been good. And waited till next year to draft a quarterback, either Stroud or BY. We could have tanked this year. What they trying to win with? We don't got nobody.
That's why I say. The problem is the Falcons never invest in their defense. So I feel like this is why you're tanking this year, investing in your defense. So then when you draft a quarterback,
piece by piece, like we got all the time in the world.
Exactly. Like they need to just go full in on defense because if your offense is not good, defense can win you some games. Like you just gotta have.
They passed up in the Kobe D and picked some crazy inside linebacker. Oh, the white dude. I mean, no offense, but I mean.
No, I agree. Like, I don't know who this guy is from Montana State. I ain't never
Apparently he ran like he had a good story or whatever, but they passed up on the Kobe and probably a bunch of other.
They're gonna attack you in the comments next time.
Passed up on a bunch of other inside linebackers that are more capable.
Yeah,
well, I haven't seen him play, so I ain't gonna say he's incapable, but come on, that front office needs a whole sweep. Yeah. They need to clean it out.
Arthur Blank needs to set a team. Like I'm not even a fan of the Falcons, but they be making me mad, bro. Because like I want them to be
2016, I don't know what we got going on.
I want them to be good.
That Super Bowl must have cursed us or something. I don't know.
I loved it.
That's what I hate her.
This ain't Georgia Florida beef now. What's the deal with the Falcons?
It's all Georgia sports teams. All of them. Ever since Mike Vick, I ain't never liked the Falcons. Never again.
All right, that's a
I only cheer for y'all a little bit when Pitts catches the ball. Other than that, I don't care.
He said when Pitts catch the ball, he go back to not liking him.
My problem with Georgia sports is that every time something good happens, a grown man is barking at me. I don't like.
I'm telling you, they be barking at little kids. It's like, what are you doing, sir?
I don't like that.
You ever smack somebody? You need to start smacking these people.
See, I don't like
you need to do bark back.
I ain't barking at no grown man.
DMX.
You hear him? Yes, sir.
See, look, he like it. Wait.
I'm not gonna do no. I'm not gonna do any of the barking. I don't do that.
I'm about to say, serious question, Jay. Have you ever barked at somebody?
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Now he don't do that. Okay.
I don't.
Jay be watching a game at a party or something, and then get hyped up and stand on the table, start barking. You don't remember it though.
What you were saying, Nori?
Yeah. Arizona's draft class. How bad was their defense last year? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it average?
I
can't really remember. I don't ever remember it being great or talked about.
Never had a.
But like this,
never had a great.
Yeah, this class that they got did not help them defensively one bit. Not that I can see that's going to help them even long term.
They got Hollywood.
West Coast teams aren't concerned about defense.
I mean, that's cool and all until you get smacked in the mouth and you can be like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is about the West Coast, but none of them are concerned about defense.
Let's talk about the next thing. So it's all about the NFL draft, so we can kind of continue. But who do y'all think should have went higher in the draft, or who should have went lower in the draft? What's y'all opinions on that? I think what was I gonna say? Dang. I think Jameson Williams dropped. I thought he should have went higher.
I think his because of injury.
I mean, y'all got to say you already know what was going on with him.
Yeah, but like still, that dude a beast, bro. Them, if you can find a quality Alabama receiver, I think you need to go get him. Because they be monsters for real. And then who needed a wide receiver? The Falcons drafted a wide receiver.
I'm about to say, I think who went too high was Drake London. And it's not.
We should have got Garrett Wilson over Drake London.
Yeah, it's not due to him, but yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
But I think Justin Ross should have went higher. He went undrafted. I think he should have got drafted.
There's only one correct answer.
His also
I don't-
is an injury.
I about to say I heard
It's
he
the
came
Kobe
off an
Dean.
injury. He played a little bit, but yeah, he was projected to be like a great player coming in freshman year with Trevor Lawrence or whatever. He showed out that championship game. I guess his career didn't pan out like that.
You said Jordan Davis?
Justin Ross.
Oh,
from
Justin
Clemson.
Ross. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I heard Tope say Nakobe Dean. I think he should have went
Nakobe Dean.
a lot higher.
Oh yeah, that was
He was in the 4th round, wasn't he? Like
Yes.
the Kobe Dean.
Was it late third?
He's a late 3rd or 4th round, one of the two.
Yeah, I think so. I think he might have been fourth actually.
Yeah, Nakobe Dean was definitely like the season he
He was
had
third
and the impact
round.
he had on Georgia State. He
He was
should have
third.
at least
Third.
3rd round.
Okay, cool. That's not terrible, but he should have been early second at really.
At the worst.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand. But
He
then,
should have been
that's
the
so many-
top 2 linebackers taken off the board.
that's when that
They
whole
drafted so many linebackers in front of him. So many in front of him.
that whole injury thing came
I'm
out.
about to say that
with him.
surgery thing.
Yeah. But before then,
Also-
none of that makes sense. I was so confused.
I was blown. I ain't gonna. I was getting blown.
I had Tobes mad for a good minute until I
Boy,
realized what I
I
was
saw
talking
that. I
about.
was like, what? I was like, is he really comparing him to
Hey,
Y'all
when he
have
was
to
talking about the
realize-
Heisman from the Kobe Dean, I was just like, I was like, really? But I was like, all right, I'm gonna go with it. Hey,
Well,
yep,
y'all have to
yep,
realize
And then
that
Jay
I'm
kept
saying
liking
something
it. I was like,
taking
what?
another completely different.
yep.
I was like, am I tripping right? Like, there's no way. I mean, I will say, I think Aiden Hutchinson, they're overrated. I think it's not they're saying he's so great. They just love him because of his character, his personality, his leadership qualities. Like he's Tim Tebow on defense. If you watch his videos and he talks about his backstory.
Can you stop
You know,
saying
So
that?
my thing with him is in college he was really good, but it's like I don't know if that's going to translate to the NFL as well. And it's just like a Tebow. It's like, yes, Tebow in college was very good, but you could see in his arm strength and accuracy that he wasn't going to be there long term.
But I think
unless
I think it's different though because Tebow's a QB. I feel like being a defensive end is not hard to translate.
depending
like-
on the scheme that you're
Not in that sense, but comparing Tebow and them, I mean like just in
But-
terms of character and
Yeah.
likability. Nothing to do with like how they play. You know?
But even Aiden Hutchinson, I just
Well, he
feel
should have
like
came onto the scene a little longer before if we was gonna get into all of that.
You said what?
What'd you say?
He should have came on the scene a little before that if
a
we
little sooner.
were gonna get into all of his likability. I didn't hear about him until halfway through the season.
That's because the dude was hurt the whole 2020 season. Like that was supposed to be his year. He's supposed to have the year he had this year. He's supposed to have it last year, but he got hurt, and he's supposed to go to like pro and all that. He was already a top. They took like projecting to be like a top 10 NFL pick, and he like tore something in his leg,
What did he hurt?
and then I think like it was a meniscus, I think. But he was out. He was out all 2020 season. Like we didn't have him most of the season. And they're saying like they don't know if he's going to come back. They said that type of injury, they don't know if he's going to come back 100%. And yeah, like. But Hutch, I will say, I'm not gonna say he's overrated. I still think personally this is my bias. I think he should have went first, but I'm glad he went to Detroit because it's hometown, so I'm happy about that. But really, the question I have here is, and this is just me not knowing who SEC is. Who is this Wyatt kid? Like, I was like, what?
Who is who?
When I saw he went, wasn't it Deontay Wyatt? So is he really that good? Is he really that good?
Who
I mean,
drafted him?
obviously he wasn't one of the bigger names on the defense, but I mean, I guess they seen something in him, just like Trayvon ran up the boards. So
I didn't even hear a name.
that's all I really got to say.
Deontay Wyatt, I think.
Wyatt.
That's how you say it right.
Who drafted him?
I think Green Bay.
Green Bay.
In the first
What'd I
round?
say?
Yeah, because we had 5 in the first round,
Oh,
all
yeah,
on defense.
Georgia did go crazy this year. That's why y'all talking about Georgia ain't got nobody next year.
They got all 5 stars and 4 stars. They better no. I hate hearing that.
They
It's like Alabama.
drafted
Yeah, Devontae Wyatt.
Devontae. I said Deontay.
Yeah, Devontae.
Yeah, I know who Wyatt was. That's why you kept on saying whatever. I was like, who are you talking about?
All right. Well, speaking of what was I about to say? Oh, speaking of who should have gone higher, and who should have gone lower. Let's talk about Mr. Malik Willis. I know we mentioned
Moment
him.
I've been waiting.
I know we mentioned him a little bit earlier, but why did he drop so far?
I
mean, I have no clue,
Tobes,
honestly.
Tobes.
I mean,
Like
I looked up something, and
I know
So-
a lot of teams didn't need.
I mean,
a
I looked
I'll
up
say
something
that.
and I saw that too. But I looked up something and I saw something about people were concerned about the offense he ran in college, how he wouldn't adapt well to like a pro style offense.
Yeah,
But-
it's more like intermediate routes and over the middle throws.
Yeah, and a lot of RPOs and runs and stuff. But still, man,
So
like
if you
I still feel like he should have went, if not first quarterback, off second.
all right, so I'm gonna break this down for you. So
Go ahead.
did my research. I did my homework on this one because I was ready for this debate. Malik Willis, I will say this, has the most live, most active, and probably strongest arm in that whole draft. Like if you watch him throw the ball, it's effortless. It's like boom, and it's beautiful. I'm like, oh my god, this joker's got an arm. But it goes back to what Reek said. I mean, he came from Liberty. Dude came from. He's facing people who didn't get offers like to all those big schools.
I mean,
He
he was
wasn't facing
originally
anybody.
at Auburn.
Yeah, and then he wanted to go back. I mean, but then he put up mediocre stats against mediocre teams. Like if you're gonna go to Liberty, dude, I expect you to ball out. Like who was the quarterback? The
I mean,
Coastal Carolina quarterback.
You got to
he
play
had
with
better-
who you playing around too, though. Like maybe he could have had better stats if he had better players around.
all I'm saying is Coastal Carolina. Their quarterback was going off this season,
Grayson
I didn't-
McCall.
and
He went to
Grayson McCall.
he went to Westlake. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
That's
But yeah, no, Malik.
same school Cam
But
Newton
the-
went to.
But the real reason why he didn't go first and why I even I'm a Steelers fan, it could be biased. Why I think first off, he didn't go first because it was Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's from Pittsburgh. That and in Pittsburgh has been known to. They say they don't make emotional picks, but it definitely
Yeah, it was.
like they say they don't, but that definitely was an emotional pick. But Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
I looked at all. If you go back and look at their pro days and their scout combines, I looked at all of them. Matt Corral, Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Desmond. I looked at all of them. Kenny is, if you look at his allocates, he's the most NFL ready quarterback. The dude played for her. He's been in college for 5 years. And his last year, he decided to come back. I think he had an invited pro day or whatever it was. But he came back his last year and had a historical season, 42 touchdowns. He only threw like 6 picks. He broke Dan Marino's career record. I mean, he threw for like 67%. I threw for over 4,000 yards. Kenny Pickett had a phenomenal year. And then also, you think about his maturity. Like Kenny Pickett's turned 24. And Kenny Pickett has faced these other type of defenses. Kenny Pickett, he's more NFL ready than all these quarterbacks. I don't care if Malik Willis may be more talented. Yeah, you're right. He may be. But
I think
for
Malik Willis is a
for you to
better
draft,
athlete.
yeah, exactly. But for the first quarterback, it's always going to be the most NFL ready quarterback because your quarterback you don't want to sit him for a year. You want to put him in. I don't care what team you are. You always want to. Your first round quarterback, you always want to play him at least one time that season. I don't think Malik Willis. I don't think Desmond Ridder because of who's in front of Desmond Ridder, maybe. And who Matt Corral. I don't think any of those guys are going to see much field time this year.
You think
Malik Willis?
You think Pickett starting week 1?
He's an opportunity. Just because Mitchell Trubisky's in front of him. If it was any other quarterback, I'm like, nah, Kenny's not gonna see. But just because it's Trubisky, I would not be surprised at all. I would not be.
Y'all paid Trubisky like he was gonna start.
But then you have God. I mean, God rest his soul. I mean, we didn't expect for Haskins to happen.
Yeah, but
they paid all that before Haskins.
Yeah, but also Haskins wasn't gonna play anyway.
Oh, yes, he was. I promise you, he was.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, he was gonna play over Rudolph, I think.
He didn't play over Rudolph last year. And Rudolph was
got me on that one.
Rudolph was concussed by a helmet.
No, that's the year before.
Yeah,
That was
I know.
the year before.
But I think he's still concussed. You look at him. Look how he look.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Mason Rudolph is funny, bro. What happened?
What
happened to Duck?
Oh, I love Duck. Oh man, I love Duck. Duck was terrible. Duck was awful. But he was so bad, it was entertaining to watch. I don't know if that make any sense.
Yeah.
Like you just see this dude who's clearly not NFL ready, like running from these 6'6", 5-star linemen who were recruited highly in college, and this dude went to Stanford as a walk-on.
I'm just saying,
He's just running from his life. It was so entertaining to watch, and he's just winning games.
if
I love
you
that.
playing behind Mason Rudolph, then you are not good.
Mason Rudolph isn't even good enough to be a second.
So why do you think they didn't get Watson?
Who? Oh, because the Steelers are stingy. They're stingy. They were not going to $230 million.
Yeah, they weren't going to offer that because the Browns almost didn't get him until the Browns offered that.
So he was back to the Falcons at first.
Yeah, I think he was going to the Falcons.
I would love to see him in.
Why do you think y'all drafted a second
ticket for this season upcoming?
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Because what we just talked about.
What?
Mason Rudolph. He's not ready for the NFL.
I mean,
he's just not.
He's
just not.
This guy, the second drafted quarterback, I don't think he is either.
He's better than Mason Rudolph.
Mason just went into free agency.
Mason Rudolph tied with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, like bro, you better off losing
in overtime.
I'd rather lose to Detroit than tie because that means you're good enough. At least if you lose, you could just say we just had a horrible game. You tied. That means you were good enough to win, and you couldn't win. You couldn't beat Detroit.
And I went to that game too, so I remember Tyreek telling me, he's like, I was like, oh no, Mason played good, so I think I was just hyped, because of the game, the adrenaline, everything running around. I went back and watched it. I was like,
yeah, I told you, I said if you'd have watched the game at home rather than actually be there, you would have hated it.
It was so bad. He's not ready. I don't see Mason Rudolph playing another down in the NFL league. I'm sorry, Mason, if you're watching this, man, I'm sorry if it feels like you're trashing right now. I'm pretty sure you do. You'd be a decent, I'm not so fantastic, a decent quarterback in the USFL.
Nah, Mason should be happy that we talking about him because nobody else gonna talk about him.
When they talking about him on ESPN, laughing at him.
Yeah, they do. Stephen A. be clowning. Also, I'm sorry, but Stephen A. was negative about Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was a right move. That was a right move. I don't care what nobody said. Right. It was a right move. It was the right move.
Go ahead,
you
Jay.
Just say it. Oh yeah. Actually, I've been talking. Yeah, no, Jay. Yeah, tell me why you think Kenny Pickett was the wrong decision.
Before he does that, I'm more leaning towards Kenny Pickett a little bit, just because that's the style of quarterback Pittsburgh has. I mean, he's like a Big Ben in the making. Like.
Oh, I see what you mean. No, I know he's elusive in the pocket. I know exactly.
Yeah, he's a bigger body. He's literally a Big Ben in the making. That's what they're going to try to want.
I want that.
That's what they want.
I want this Joker to be Kenny Pickett. I don't want him to be Big Ben. I do not want him to be that guy. I know y'all can't see it that much.
Well, Big Ben won y'all some Super Bowls, but I would want him to be.
He did, but in his Big Ben did not take care of his body. Big Ben should have been still playing at a high level if he took care of his body.
Because he was taking care of something else.
Yeah, he was worried.
Hey, this is a Christian network. Let's keep it G-rated.
Your quarterback did it, not me. All right, go ahead, Jay.
Man, leave my boy Ben alone. Yeah, Jay, you go ahead. Tell me why you don't like Kenny Pickett.
Because his ceiling is just so low. Like the man already 24, bro. But he ain't gonna be that. Like I feel like this is gonna be like another Baker Mayfield situation, hyped up, and then he's just gonna hit a wall, and it's just they gonna not gonna get over the hump, and then guess what? Whose fault is it gonna be? Kenny Pickett. And then guess what they're gonna be doing? Trying to find another quarterback in about 3 years. Watch. If he starts from day one, y'all ain't gonna be the same. Y'all might not have a losing season because y'all got Tomlin and whatnot, but y'all won't.
I think he's a better passer
than deep playoff runs.
Yeah, I did not know he was that old, bro. I did not.
Yeah, I knew he was that old. I had been making fun of him for a minute because of that.
My bro's older than me.
Yeah,
he's older.
All I gotta say is, I think for quarterbacks, age shouldn't be a factor right now. Who's our oldest quarterback in the league? How old is he? I mean,
that's an anomaly.
Yeah, that's a big anomaly.
I was about to say, you were just trashing my dog the other day. I don't want to hear it, so don't you bring up Tom Brady.
Who's that trashing?
And age does matter. because especially if you
Let
want
me
to,
pull the receipts. Hold on.
especially if you want a running or elusive quarterback.
Oh, we don't need Kenny to run. We even said Mike Tomlin even said that. He said, I'm gonna ask him to slide. I'm gonna ask him not to run that much and slide. We just need him to be mobile we just need him to be able to move around. And he can still be mobile if he takes care of his body and not eats 15,000 cheeseburgers like Big Ben and doesn't do workouts in the offseason. Big Ben didn't do anything in the offseason. He's went out and said that. He didn't do anything.
No, that one year he got hurt and he grew his beard. He looked bad.
Oh yeah. That was the beginning. That was the beginning of the end.
He looked bad.
That was the beginning of the end.
That's not a. All right. Okay. So let's move on from that. All right. Good people out there that's watching, the good and the bad people. We're gonna get into a couple of segments. So we got 2 segments that we like to do every week. The first one is from me. I'm gonna be like kind of not hosting it, but I don't know what's the word for it. Whatever it doing facilitating it, not facilitating. Well, all right, facilitating it. So it's called quick hitters. So every week I'm gonna come up with a list of items or discussions that we can talk about, and all of my guys here are gonna either say if it's a good thing or a bad thing, or if they agree or if they don't agree or whatsoever. So this week, since we on the NFL draft, we're gonna do NFL draft edition of quick hitters. And I know we got a lot of people that got drafted, so I only stuck with like 10 people. So I kind of want to see what y'all think.
We had to really do our homework for this one.
Hey, Milwaukee won 101 to 89.
I saw that. Yeah, that's game 1 though, so we'll see what happens moving forward. All right, so quick hitters. Now I just want y'all to tell me if y'all think it was a good pick for the team or not a good pick for the team, and y'all can give me like a little sentence if y'all want to explain your reasoning or not. So we're gonna go top 5 first. Trayvon Walker. Y'all think that was a good pick for the who you get drafted by? Shoot. The Jaguars. Right? Yeah, Jaguars. Is that a good pick? Y'all think they needed a defensive end? What y'all think?
Considering they were going to pick either him or Hutchinson, I think why not go ahead and get somebody with some good traits and whatnot. I mean, yeah, he didn't produce as much as Hutchinson and whatnot, but I feel like his traits will translate better.
Theirs is just corporate. Like it's bigger than a player. Like you could get all the best players you want on that team, and I still don't think.
I've never heard that term. I've never heard that term before. He said corporate.
Corporate. They need a purge.
There are people up there with the suits on and everything.
I have never heard somebody describe a team like that.
It's corporate. The problem is corporate.
I got tired of saying organization, so I had to come up with a new one.
All right, go ahead, Tobes.
I say no. I don't. They just picked the best player in the draft, and the best player in the draft wasn't what they needed.
So
I mean, really,
what do you think they needed?
I think they should a wide receiver. I think their first is as much as people probably hated on it. I think their first draft. You probably think I'm crazy right now. Should have been something like Garrett Wilson, Chris. I think it should have been a receiver.
So you think
they have a running back, they have a quarterback, but they need somebody else on that offense.
So you think they probably should have traded that 1 seed and got a bunch of picks?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Traded down
for sure.
Or they probably could have traded the 1 seed and got Debo or somebody. Imagine that.
They got Debo.
They probably got Debo and a bunch of picks for that 1 seed.
That's what I would have done. That's actually a good point. I would have done that. Traded my first the number 1 overall pick for Debo. Literally, I would have done that. Straight up.
All right. Not straight up. Debo's not no number 1 pick. You can get more for it. And now it feels like Devontae Adams or something. That's one thing. All right. Aiden Hutchinson. I think we kind of already talked about this, so we can go kind of quickly with this one. Was he a good pick for the Lions or no?
The Lions need everything they can get.
So
emotional.
They drafted the best player at the moment.
Yeah.
Who?
All right, I agree with that one.
Hutchinson wasn't going past 3.
Yeah. Number 3.
Honestly, I think
go ahead.
I think he may have passed. I think he may have passed up on. I think you can decline it, right? I think he may have declined the Jaguar offer. Honestly,
I think Detroit had a nice little draft class. My 2 cents.
The Texans.
It was straight. It was straight.
Just thrown in there.
All right, the Texans number 3 drafted Derek Stingley Junior.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
Good pick.
need it, but I like it.
Houston needs everything too.
Yeah, I just like Derek Stingley. I think he's great in coverage.
That's solid.
All right. Jets, Sauce Gardner. Mr.
Yeah,
Gardner.
I like it.
I like Gardner. He's a hitter.
Gardner nice with it.
Tobias don't like that one.
I mean, that's just another one of those things. It's like, who
Where do you want to start?
is making the calls? I think he could start right away. I gotta look.
Yeah,
at
where do you- that's
he's
like-
definitely
I
going
know
to play.
where.
If not start.
No, not start. I mean, like, where do you want to start? Like with rebuilding. That's my whole thing. And
Yeah.
I just think they chose the wrong position. You should have did. Again, I think this is a trade.
They had two first round picks. Like, I mean, not
Yeah,
two.
they did, but I
had
mean,
two like very high first round picks. So like,
3
I would have
first-round picks.
rather them drafted Evan Neal, somebody like your obviously your line. Anybody on the line is your foundation.
their line's not
team.
that bad.
The Texans? No, we talking about the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets.
I don't. It's not that bad. Zach Wilson didn't get hit that much. That's like
He just
Trevor
was
Lawrence.
lost. He coming from BYU to the NFL. Like, it's gonna take some time.
That's the whole nother.
They probably could have drafted a receiver too. Wait, didn't they just get a receiver? The Jets?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Jets.
they-
they
oh,
got
they-
Garrett Wilson. They had 3 first-round picks. They had Gardner, Wilson, and Jermaine.
That was a good pick.
They actually trying to trade for Debo too. They said the Jets were close.
Now, if they do that,
And then number 5 was Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh,
Giants.
it's overrated. I think it's a very overrated.
I think the Giants should have picked differently.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
The Giants should have picked Pickett.
I think
Kenny
there's going to be
Pickett.
another
The Giants need a quarterback.
That's what I thought.
another clowning.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the Giants need a quarterback. I don't know what they didn't. They just I think they released Daniel Jones actually, or they didn't pick up his option.
No.
They didn't
That's
pick up Daniel
probably
Jones'
it. They didn't
option.
release him though.
They would say if they release him, they ain't got nobody on the roster. They got Baker.
That's true. They need to go get Baker. All right, and then I got my next 5. I kind of did it based off of our teams in the first round. So I'm gonna let Jay talk on this one. Well, I guess I kind of talked about it. How do you feel about Drake London, receiver?
I mean, he's not bad. I went and looked at some film. He's a Mike Evans type, which is, I mean, essentially we got that in Pitt, so it's not like we needed that type of receiver.
Yeah,
So
he's nice.
that's why I agree. That's not agree. That's why I say we should at least got Garrett Wilson or Olave or something like that, just to add a different type of aspect because we already missing Ridley and we got some no names at receiver. I can't tell you who they are honestly.
Did
y'all need some speed.
really ask for a trade?
No, he got suspended. Remember for the gambler?
Yeah, I remember that, but then I thought he asked for a trade also.
I mean,
But, I mean, I think it's-
maybe he did.
I think it's a good
I
pick.
hope not.
I think it's a good pick
was nice.
knowing that Ridley's coming back, and hopefully Ridley will be the same after this year.
But like I said, if
Thing is, they don't
London
know when
hits,
he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But like I said, if London hits, and I guess if we get some decent quarterback play, we might have something for the next upcoming years. I wanted us to get a quarterback next year's draft, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. The next one who hit one of our teams is Kyle Hamilton. Well, we already kind of talked about that too. I think it was a great pick.
I think that was fantastic.
that was
Only
great.
it was. I will say though, for us specifically, because we got Marcus Williams, it was more of a. I think it leaned more of a luxury than a need.
Yeah, that's
But-
what I was going to ask you. Because earlier you said that he wasn't going to start right away, and usually your first round picks are, hey, you're about to start. So who would you have wanted?
I mean, I don't think
I think-
he might not start, but he'll get it on the second play.
Yeah,
It's
So
easier for defensive players to translate. We talked about this. It's easier for their play to translate over to NFL than it is offense.
yeah,
yeah,
especially safety.
like
Yeah.
I think it was a need because we need depth for all our DBs, especially based off of last year. But I think based off of starting, it was more of a luxury for Kyle Hamilton. But I'm glad we got him. Next was Kenny Pickett, who got drafted, one of our teams. Go ahead and say your little piece. What you think? Yes or no? Good pick.
I don't even gotta talk.
We already talked about it, but you could just say
Yeah, I don't even gotta talk. So,
right,
I
bro,
wanna listen
whatever.
to this.
Nordy, what do you think?
We'll
They
jump to
already.
you wanted me to jump to like my player or his player?
Nah, you can talk about Kenny Pickett.
I mean, it is a need. I mean, they do need a QB,
Absolutely,
Well,
but
just a different one.
I mean, who else would it be?
and that's what I'm saying.
None of
Like
them are
now,
ready.
the more that I look at it, I'm like, God, no, like who? There's not really any quarterback
I mean, honestly, they
in
could have
this
just.
class that I was like,
I mean, honestly, you did it what Jay just said and just thug it out this year and draft a
Nah,
quarterback next year. And you
They're
just,
stubborn. They
That's all
will
they had to
never
do.
do this.
I think they should have picked a more like needed position if they knew that, hey, Kenny's not going to be the guy long term.
I agree with y'all, but the Steeler organization is too stubborn. That's something we never do.
Oh, as long as you agree with me,
just
that's all I care
unfair.
about.
Like, yeah, they're stubborn.
he said, that's all I care about. All right, the Bills. We got a
Old
Bills.
Kyer Elam.
There we go.
I love it. I love him. He's my guy. He's a Florida man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he is related to Matt Elam. That's his uncle. They're both
Yeah.
hard hitters.
Matt
Kyer's a lot.
Matt Elam was trash though. He was on the Ravens in the NFL.
I said Florida.
I don't know about Florida, but he was horrible
Okay,
in
so
the
that's
NFL.
the difference. In college, I think that's where Matt hit his peak,
Yeah.
and Kyer hasn't hit his peak yet. Like he's a more mature like player. Like you don't ever hear him really talking. Like when he speaks, it's very rarely, and you listen just because of how rare like he talk. Like he's not a big talker. He's more of I'm gonna show you than I'm gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm.
He's
That's
very
the best way to
intelligent.
do it.
Yeah, he's very intelligent. I mean, he is a stronger CJ Henderson. And I mean, I know CJ is not doing well right now, but I think that's more mental going on with him. But Kyer, he's just a solid corner. And I think we definitely needed him with Tre'Davious White still questionable because he's coming back from ACL surgery and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, corner was definitely a big need. I think we also needed a better quarterback depth because outside of Allen, we got Case Keenum and Matt Barkley. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And then running back, we're straight because we got Singletary and we got James Cook now. And I like James Cook from Georgia.
Yeah, James Cook would be good.
Yeah, he can do it all. I like it.
Especially in a passing offense, so they're not having to rely on him. He'll be real good.
Hey, but they hand Singletary the ball a good bit too, so that would be a nice 1-2 punch.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're basically the same kind of player going back and forth. Not identical same players, but they similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the last pick from one of our teams was Tyler Linderbaum, which was great for us. We kind of talked about him already too. Center from Iowa. We needed it. I mean, we needed to protect Lamar, especially Lamar don't got no receivers now, so we
want to run.
Yeah, so
I hope he's healthy.
So we got to protect him with all
got Rashad Bateman.
Everything we got. We got Bateman, and I like Bateman. Bateman's actually gonna be nice. Well, Mark Andrews, but we don't have nobody else after that. But all right, that's cool.
What is y'all's depth chart looking like?
It's not good. Not a receiver.
It's just not good.
Our next receiver is our kick returner. But all right, we can go on next to our next segment. The quick hitters. I'll let Tobias kind of talk about this one. This is his little facilitate.
Hot take.
You want to facilitate it? Is that what you said? Huh?
Yeah.
Facilitation.
I said hot take. You said quick hitters.
No. I was saying facilitator. I was saying you're the facilitator for this.
Oh yeah,
hot takes one. But go ahead.
Yes, sir. All right. So every week we'll have a hot take, and basically that's a controversy. It's self-explanatory. Y'all know what a hot take is. So basically, every week one of us is going to take a shot at a hot take. None of us know what this topic is at all, so we're just winging it at this point. This week is Jay, right?
Yes, sir.
So Jay, tell us what you got for us, man.
My hot take for the week is
drum roll, please.
The Jets will make the playoffs this upcoming season.
That's a hot take. That was one right there. I'm a no. I'm just gonna leave it on that. I'm a no.
Okay, wow.
Why is it just such a quick no?
I mean, it's like I've been saying. It's like
I don't know. That's not even a hot take. I don't know.
They
what that
have
is.
the players. It's the coaching and everything else. Like none of it is the chemistry. Is it going to gel together though? And like
no.
there is nothing that I saw last year. I mean, they have.
They might sneak in the wild card.
It's going to be a big sneak.
Well, see, we offline one of our like previous recordings.
The Jets.
I said
Jets, Jets.
I said I said Miami was going to win the division of that division, and then I also obviously believe Buffalo will make the playoffs. So I don't think 3 teams out of that division is going to go. So I can't say Jets. I feel like Jets might be last place.
Dolphins missed the playoffs because Tua can't become a great NFL quarterback.
We said something about Zach.
It's a great possibility with that one too, because I didn't really like Miami's little draft class.
Watch this.
All right.
Week 12, Tyreek is going to be complaining about how he's getting the ball. Watch.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I don't know.
All right, let's forget about the division for a second. Let's think about the AFC as a whole.
Miami had 4
who
picks.
the Jets are going up against. First off, let's say they're going up against Miami, the Bills, okay. But then you got that whole AFC.
I said make. I said make. I said make. I said make.
New England
I
made
did
the
not say
playoffs too.
win.
Still
A
make
playoff
it.
game.
That's 14. I mean, is it? I think it's possible that all 4 teams in the division can make it.
Yeah, they can.
17.
They can.
It depends on
imagine all
if another
4 of those
division
teams
wets
make
the bid.
which could be.
I mean, all 4
Could be
teams
the AFC.
can make the division.
I mean, the AFC South
I mean,
is
make the
pretty
Buffalo.
trash.
But you got the Titans and the Colts in there. Then the AFC North, you got the Ravens, who now after that draft, I think like if they're healthy, like they're set for a really big year. The Ravens, then let's say the Browns live up to what they should do. Maybe the Browns. That's not. I just listed 9 teams. I didn't even include the AFC East.
the Bengals.
So Bills and the I don't know.
I like Buffalo. I like New England.
That's
I
10
like
teams right there.
Baltimore.
And then I even said the Chiefs. Yeah, so that's 10 teams.
I
And
said
we
what I
think the
said.
Jets are going to make that?
But that's
Said
a
what I
hot take.
said.
That's a hot take for sure. But
That's
it's
a very,
but it's
that's
said
a
what
very
I
hot
said.
take.
a hot take can also be a bad take.
I mean, you did your job.
Hey.
Hey, what did
I just
Toad
play, I
say?
just play.
What did
I
Toad
just
say
play.
that time? A hot take is something that gets the people going. Hey, I got y'all riled up.
No, I said
for
you did your
sure.
job. You did your job phenomenally.
Hey, I think the Falcons made the playoffs too.
All right, all right.
That could have been
We
another
ain't
hot
gonna- We
take.
ain't gonna get on my team. We ain't gonna
Jake
get
could
on my
lie on
team.
his own team. Jake could lie on somebody else's team.
Yeah. That's how that works.
We got to clip that one, boy. That's a good clip right there. Jeez. This man's at the Jets. All right. Well,
But Miami's
think-
class is literally 4 picks. They had a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, and 2 7th round picks. So do they trade? Like, what do they do in trades?
For Tyreek Hill. They got them. They don't have no picks because they traded them for Tyreek Hill.
And then I like New England's because they got Tyquan Thornton from Baylor. He's nice at receiver. They're all this offensive guard from Chattanooga. I'm on something completely different. Y'all good?
Chattanooga.
Y'all had me looking at Miami, and I was like, God, I ain't got
He's looking at
nobody.
the 1974 draft.
Oh, that's what I feel like. I'm looking at Miami.
All right. Well, I know we took up a lot of y'all time today, but we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes, sir.
We'll be here again, man. We'll be here next week. We'll have one time a week. Again, this is recording, so we're probably all gonna see this. Should be Monday. Tomorrow, we're gonna see it. Hopefully, y'all love it. It's our first of many, man. Since off season, it was kind of slow, but we get into the season, you can guarantee it's gonna be on and popping then. All right. Until next time, man. Stay safe out there, man. God bless. Hit that bell in the bottom right corner, man. Subscribe so you can get
Yes,
updates
sir.
to us. We'll be updating highlights, man. Well, not highlights of the players, but, highlights of what went on here. Follow us on Instagram, man. Keep up with us. But until then, man.
What's the
peace
Instagram
out.
name?
Look,
Tell them
it's the
the,
handle right there.
tell them the Instagram name.
Oh, Instagram handle. What now? So what now on Omnisports? Just straight up like that. Follow us there. Twitter, same thing. Facebook, just search up What Now Sports Podcast, and you'll find us there. All right. Peace out.